Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is Multifamily Chronicles, believe it or not, episode number 20. So on episode number 20, I have with me Joy Salamone. Joy is an account executive with Nurture Boss. Welcome to the show, Joy.
Thanks for having me. This is great. Thanks for having me, Adrian.
I love the name Nurture Boss. So do you know where is that coming from, the name of your company?
Well, Nurture Boss, we nurture leads as they come in, and we nurture our residents. So that's kind of where it comes in. And then obviously Boss, we feel we do it the best. So
that's fantastic. I like the self-confidence in a name. I'm a very my self-confidence, is not lacking. So I love to, see companies that are putting their name out there, very self-confident. So welcome to the show again. Let's start by introducing you to the audience right here, Joey. Tell us a little bit about your background and then a little bit about what you're currently doing with Nurture Boss.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm pretty new to the multifamily industry. I'm a landlord and an AirBNB host. I have a property in Las Vegas, and I live in Nacogdoches, Texas currently, and that's where we have our AirBNB. And I love the real estate multifamily industry. It's a ever-growing industry, and Nurture Boss is a very innovative software that is just making life easier for on-site teams, and it's something I can just get behind, and I believe
it. That's excellent. Now, how long you been in a multifamily space, Joey?
Just under a year, actually.
Just under a year. Okay. So what is your experience with multifamily comparing with, the previous experience that you had, the previous career experience you had? I want to be more specific. How do you feel that from a vendor perspective, from a vendor partner perspective, you build relationship with owners and managers of real estate?
Well, it all comes to, you want to relate with people. And in my spot, I want to learn more about the industry, more about what my customers are dealing with, what their issues are, and really hearing it from their perspective. So I'm relating our product in a way where it's a sticky issue. It touches, it actually makes sense.
Excellent. One of the things that I've been talking about on my podcast and outside of that on social media, on LinkedIn mainly, is that maintenance and vendors or partners of the industry are the two most underserved categories in our industry. So I wanted to ask you this, on a management side, what are a few things that management could do to better this relationship between management and vendor and supplier partners like your company?
So for us, it's all about transparency. So with Nurture Boss, our second birthday is on Sunday. We're excited about that. And so we're growing, we're innovating our product. And with our customers, we want just transparency on how it helped them. We collect that data and we use it really to benefit them specifically, because we have a custom solution. So we don't treat everyone the same, not even the same management company between their portfolios. There's a separate kind of profile in each one, and we want to gather data and input from the teams to actually alter our product for them at that moment.
Yeah, and is there anything that you see your partners, your property management companies doing that they could be doing different or better to make this relationship better, this business relationship better?
I would say our partners do work with us a lot. We are able to see how they are successfully or not successfully using our platform. So the ones that may need help, we can just go in and help them, guide them through what needs to be done. And we can go in a little more in detail when we kind of explain Nurture Boss a little bit more. But really, whenever we can provide input or get input, we can customize our solution to tailor it even more around them.
Excellent. So Joey, tell me a little bit about how is your software saving time for on-site teams and allowing them to focus on resident experience, and how do you have a way to put time back in their day through the services that you're offering, and how is that happening?
Definitely. So I'll just give a little background what we do here. We do prospect and resident communication. So we are pulling data from a CRM, or the CRM we say is just the source of all information. And we pull the data to contact all your ILS leads that come in through text message and emails. But these are highly crafted, personalized text message and emails that are based off of the property's information. So it's going to be fully branded with simple call to actions, where let's say if you're coming in as an ILS lead or something from apartments.com, it's just going to have a nice photo with that apply now button, go to the website, and there's going to be that hovering phone so you can always call the on-site team. When nowadays a lot of on-site teams are getting a list of 100, 200 leads that are anywhere from someone maybe in Jamaica or no one even close to moving in to a serious buyer. So we're distinguishing the difference and giving on-site teams a list of people who were engaged on our landing page, that they clicked the apply now button, but they didn't complete it. So we're able to say, here's the top 10 people and here's the engagement that they did. You should call them now instead of taking 4 hours calling just all these random people. So we're saving them time by being able to let them hyper focus on following up on the right people, and then using that additional time to focus on building relationships with your current residents.
This is great. This is great. So I want to stay a little bit on this. How you're able to go through all the leads and actually tell the site these are actually qualified leads, people that you need to be calling, versus randomly just taking from 1 to 100 and call 100 people to find out that maybe 60 of them weren't even interested. They were just going through the motions on the fine. So
even with that said, they're not finding out they're not interested. Often they're just getting a voicemail, closing out that guest card and just ending it there. When we're doing the 8 to 10 touch points, really engaging the people who aren't engaged right away, or we're sending them messages outside of that 9 to 5. So we're able to be that 24/7 communication device.
Could you share in detail a little bit, how does that happen? How is your communication happening with the leads? What type of conversations you have? Walk me through a conversation that takes place, if you could.
Yeah, well, definitely. We'll assume, let's say you're a property management company and we have your property. Your property website is going to have our Nelly, Nurture Boss's chatbot that's going to sit on the bottom of your page, fully customizable chatbot, where you're able to discuss with the chatbot the amenities. Do you have pets? You can ask him all those questions, and then you're able to schedule tours. So, but all that data is pulled into the CRM, able to create hyper personalized messaging. So let's say, Adrian, you wanted something about the pool. You asked our chatbot about the pool, and I asked about the dog park. I'm going to get messaging about the dog park. You're going to get messaging about the pool. So it's not only that you're getting messaging instantly and right on time, you're getting relevant communication based on what you want. So you feel like it's a personalized message and it's not spam.
That's fantastic. Now, is all this communication done via bots, or do you actually have real people that help that communication too? Or is it 100% automated?
100% automated communication. We have places in our platform where you're able to send, one-off text messages or something like that. That's more of a, that's definitely a capability, but we automate the communication through AI. Or correct, yeah.
Very, very interesting. So, I'm a lay person when it comes to this type of technology, and actually I had to educate myself because I've seen CRM, all over the place. So I had to actually Google it and, find out what
CRM is Client Relationship Management.
Thank you. So it's a new area to me, so I'm learning, as I told to you. I'm sure that some of my audience, is learning too. It's probably new to them, but it's also exciting because I know that this is where the present is starting to be, and this is where the future is going to be. Automation and, this type of support, because when we don't have enough personnel to fill all the spots on site with, live people, that's going to be replaced by technology. Technology has to come in. So I could definitely see a need for this type of technology, and I could definitely see a company like yours and many others offer similar services being very helpful and very successful. Help our property management companies becoming very, very successful and being able to do to offer great services to prospects and residents.
To clear up CRM a little bit, I'll give some examples like Rent Cafe on one site with RealPage, Knock. There's a lot of them out there. Rent Dynamics. So that's just to kind of make it a little more so you understand, if you have seen those names around, a lot of kind of household names.
I've actually seen them, and thank you for mentioning, who your competition is, right? Who offers the same type of services, because now
definitely a quick thing. We are partners of the CRM. We are not rip and replace. So to clear that up a little bit, that's a big confusion with some people.
I like your take on this, because I think we're living in times of abundance, unprecedented times of abundance, and there's enough for everybody to go around as far as business. I think we could gain more from partnerships than to just being one side against the other, like that type of competition. Of course, we are competing because there's a marketplace, but then at the end of the day, we could gain more by just partnering, and still it's gonna be enough opportunities for all of us, right?
Definitely.
So one thing that I wanted to touch on, based on the information that the data that you've been collecting, your company has been collecting, what is driving residents to move out, to not renew a lease? What are the reasons, the top reasons?
Well, so there's the side of it where the on-site teams are so busy, they are, you don't want to say neglecting the renters, but they do have to, make those 100, 200 calls. They have to, they want to fill the units and make money now. And if you're able to focus more time towards the residents, it's going to rely on them staying longer, or there's just kind of different kinds of scenarios that are causing people to move, between more people working from home, being able to choose different lifestyles, and just having, I'm sure everyone's got rent increases going on with all the how great everyone's occupancy levels are now. So that's kind of just driving that amount of people to move out. And that stat was a Zumper stat, about 82% tenants moving out in 2022.
So there's a lot of moving around in 2022. 82% is a high turnover rate. Now, you mentioned things like, type of work that people do that makes the move, and also rent increases. So those are things that are coming with life, or with, the business, the apartment business that property management companies are running. Now, I wanted to ask you, so those are in a way things that are really not controllable. If the market rates are going up, everybody's increasing rents, therefore, that's kind of a given. So then that pushes a certain segment of residents out. The other situation is when they change their, when they're changing jobs and everything. That's completely understandable. That's life. You can't take an apartment and take it with you to the next job if it doesn't make sense to drive. Now, I wanted to ask you, Joey, one thing. There've been surveys over the years that were saying that the number one controllable reason for people moving out is maintenance. It's poor maintenance services. Is your company doing, focusing or offering any type of services that are maintenance related in order to, like improve this maintenance services or help the maintenance, support the maintenance teams with their workload?
Definitely. So as I kind of touched on earlier, how we handle from the ILS leads, once a lease is signed, we believe that the renewal process starts then. So we're sending relevant messaging from day one with, let's say, your move-in checklist all the way to requesting maintenance requests right away. And it means a lot to, you don't necessarily want to call and put in a complaint, but if you get a message on your phone just asking for a request, and it's as simple as this button's linked to your the maintenance portal or your ticket request. So it's as simple as just hitting 2 or 3 buttons on your phone and you have that maintenance request. It's easy for your team to schedule it, and it's not necessarily pushing that I need this problem fixed now as much as being able to have that wiggle room between severity of problems of the maintenance requests.
Joey, what I'd like to ask you next is to talk a little bit about ILS leads. First of all, what is ILS, again, for a layperson like me?
Yes.
And others that are watching? And how are they able to generate, how are they able to generate leads?
Yeah, sorry about that. So an ILS is an internet listing service. So that's going to be apartments.com, apartments list, Zillow, Zumper, stuff like that, where marketing teams are literally paying these services to provide leads or residents who are, or prospects who are looking to rent. And that's where we come in and essentially separate the gap between the serious renters and the window shoppers. So we're doing that initial communication that is happening in a very a way where we're using data to contact them at times where it is most efficient. And so if we set up an automated track where, let's say, I send you a text today and then we want to send you something in 2 days, but hey, that's Sunday, we're just not gonna send it out automatically. We use the data to say we're gonna send it at the most optimum time, which maybe be Monday at 2 o'clock, and we'll push that off and use that to kind of attract our prospects and residents. We use it on both sides.
You mentioned optimal time, so this leads me to a question. My question being, are you collecting? So how do you determine what the optimal times are? Because some people
send millions of text messages each year, so we're able to just use the data based on engagement rates, and when our customers are both on the prospect and resident side engaged, so we're able to just see what times we get the most engagement. So we're going to send out messaging based on those times that get the most engagement. And a few cool stats about what we do a little bit more. We prefer text message. That's our prime method of communication, because the text message gets read 98% of the time. And for the most part, it's responded to within 90 seconds. So an email is only 25% of the time. And that's a good email, that it even just gets read. And so this is like a guarantee in a way that your marketing content is going to be seen if it's sent out via text message.
I love the stats, and thank you for sharing the stats with me. I had the same type of feeling that text message is kind of the quickest way to get through someone. I'm actually one of those myself. I'm in meetings in and out all the time. I'm on the phone all the time. I'm on my email all the time. Not necessarily quick. Probably the fastest that I'm gonna be at responding is always text message, and I don't even have the sound notifications activated, but it's a reflex of mine. The way I respond, the quickest, and actually it became my favorite form of communication is really text message, because I could actually be on a call with someone, on a conference call, where I don't actually have to, be there like 100% like speaking. When I'm listening to, I could, text someone back, answer a text message. But when I'm on a video like this, like when I'm actually engaged, I can do something else. So text message is definitely probably the most utilized right tool of communication. Do you agree?
Double on that. Oh yeah,
Please.
and to double on that too, it's the emails are also highly mobile responsive. So everything that we send out is tested to be viewed on a cell phone. So even if they are an email person, for the most part, they're checking that email on their cell phone. So it is crucial that it is, viewed and looked at on a cell phone to ensure that it looks good.
That's great. Joey, next I wanted to ask you, what makes your content, the content that you're creating, unique, or I'll say different from your competitors? How do you stand out?
So what I was getting at with everything super mobile responsive, which is becoming more common in the industry, but it's that we touch on that. We are very mobile responsive. We are able to create partnerships where we are able to get texting to our customers, where we can get that early in the stage, where we're able to send text messages in the prospecting stage opposed to just in a resident stage. And our pages that we send are personalized like handcrafted in a way HTML landing pages that are personalized. I mentioned before about how if you talk about the dog park, you're getting something about the dog park right away in your initial communication with this company, when I could be talking about the cabana at the pool and mine's going to be about the pool, and the customers are looking at it and I'm getting this message and I see the pool before I've even went to the company website. So it's just how we're able to personally connect with our customers and send fully branded messages. We're talking, it's going to have the company name on it. It's going to have pictures. It's going to have links to the website, where it's just, we call them CTAs, or call to actions, that make people convert by just having it easy for them. It's just a simple message that they're getting with limited responses. Like a website, we say if we send you to the property website, there's 100 things on there. There's floor plans, there's images of sometimes there's the employees. So we don't want them to get lost. We just want them to have the simple answers.
I love this, custom, deliver straight to the customer with everything that they need, so they don't have to go to the website and do a search. The present and the future is in a frictionless events. So basically, the more friction you could eliminate out of the process of interaction with a customer or potential customer, the bigger the chance for you to succeed. I don't care what business is in. This today, made this possible. The internet and the smartphones, they are the future, and frictionless is the way to go for just about everything. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
One question that I have for you, Joy, I'm curious, who are your target customers, clients?
We are specifically in the multifamily industry. We don't serve other industries, and we serve anyone and everyone in that industry. We handle conventional housing, A, B, C class, market rate, affordable, senior living, student housing, and we can handle it all. Our platform is, I mentioned before, we integrate with the CRM, so we're able to work with all clients, and we create custom solutions based on our customers. So they're not, one building is the same, so we are able to customize it to work for their needs, and we cater to them, and we like to create a mutual fit and a partnership where you guys see the value in us and we see it in them.
Yeah, a win-win situation.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, Joey, it was a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation. And it's been a great conversation. I've learned a lot about CRM, about the type of business that you're in, what your company does. It's pretty fascinating. I'm hoping that companies like yours will start focusing next on strictly maintenance, how to improve and how to support maintenance teams, because my background is from maintenance. Really, I started as a groundskeeper, worked my way up to some director positions. I've done a lot of other things in the industry, like recruiting and other things and training, but then I'll say my core is being maintenance. So yeah. I'm really hoping that in the near future I will see companies like yours having tailored programs just for supporting the maintenance teams, because they are as challenged as the office staff is, with probably even more challenged with staff shortages and everything.
Yeah, I totally agree. The maintenance teams have they're wearing all the hats. The customers are expecting their job to be completed right away without any kind of remorse on even what they're doing. And I really feel for that industry, and we can assist it in the sense of being able to submit the tickets. And I'd really interested in seeing how the tech industry grows to support all aspects of property management.
Joy, again, thank you very much for being on a show. Is this something that you wish we would have covered during our conversation and we didn't, and you wanna bring up?
Sure. There's two things. First off, thanks for having me. This has been great. I like just kind of getting the word of Nurture Boss out, and I thought this was just a good open conversation. First off, so Jacob Carter is the CEO of Nurture Boss. He's brilliant. His sister is the head of sales. It's a very kind of family environment, and they work harder than anyone growing the product, and it's really something you can get behind. And just seeing how much it has evolved in just the 2 years is inspiring, and just seeing how committed they are to the business that they created is it gets me going to want to push further with the company.
Joey, again, thank you very much for coming, for being a guest on the show. If there's new developments in the future, I would love to have you back out here. Actually, when you develop something that's really tailored toward maintenance, I would love to have it back here. A lot of my audience is really maintenance, because that's, again, my background. Everybody, thank you very much for watching. This is Multifamily Chronicles, episode number 20. And I'm your host, Adrian Danila. I hope to see you back here soon. Have a great day.